6:30 here in Vancouver. It is 2:30 in the afternoon in the UK. This is a live shot from our camera in Windsor this morning, where you can see crowds are beginning to gather and already secure their spot. We've got less than 24 hours to go until Harry and Meghan say their I do's in front of millions of people from watching all over the world. Our Melanie Yang live once again in the UK. She's joining us from right outside Windsor Castle this morning. Mel, good morning to you. We've got a development this morning to pass along when it comes to who is going to walk Meghan Markle down the aisle.
Good morning to you, Kyle. And yes, and it's a big development. Meghan Markle has asked her future father-in-law, Prince Charles, to walk her down the aisle. But what's very interesting, the wording is walk her down the choir, which is the second half of walking down the aisle. We are hearing from sources that she will be walking solo for the first part. Solo, except, of course, for her 6 little bridesmaids and the 4 page boys, 3 of whom are Canadian, of course, the Mulrooney children. So that's very, very bold, very, very brave, and breaking tradition in that sense, because a lot of people thought it might have been Doria, her mom, walking her down.
And her mother expected to meet with the Queen at some point today. Speaking of the Queen, her significant other is also expected to be at tomorrow's service.
Yeah, and that's great news. Of course, we're talking about Prince Philip, who hasn't been of great health as of late. We are also hearing from sources that he should be here tomorrow. You know what? When you take away the sort of circumstance, it is really just nice to be support system with you. So it'll be very nice for them to have everyone around them that they possibly can, because you know they're being surrounded by royal watchers and media like ourselves that are kind of trying to get the best shot. Totally.
Okay, so let's talk about what's on tap for today. Obviously, the rehearsals are still happening, but Harry and Meghan will not be breaking with tradition, not spending their night together this evening. They're both staying in some pretty ritzy and swanky hotels in the Windsor area. Tell us more about that.
Oh, absolutely, Kyle. So Clivenden House, that's where Meghan Markle is going to be. 5-star, very posh. She will be there with her mother, Doria, and that's where she will remain until she makes her way here to Windsor Castle, to St. George's Chapel. We know that Prince Harry will be at Coworth Park, which is about 15 miles or so away from here to the south of Windsor, and he's going to be with Prince William, his best man, and that's where he will be departing from as he makes his way here tomorrow morning. And you know what? You're right, and that's very traditional, in that they're not going to be together the night of the wedding. But you know what? And that's where the shots are going to be. There's going to be a lot of shots from media that you're going to see from leaving those very, very swanky hotels. So maybe we'll get one of those for you. Stay tuned.
Let's talk more about St. George's Chapel. It really is a beautiful chapel when you compare it to Westminster Abbey, where Will and Kate were married about 7 years ago. It's smaller, but there really is a lot of history with this place. This is the burial ground of some former British monarchs as well.
That's it. And as for how many people it can see, so it can accommodate upwards of 800. We know that the guest list is at about 600, but of course there are more royal watchers and some of the public that'll be sort of in the surrounding area. It's just behind us here, and I don't want to move too much because our signal's a little bit tough here. But behind me here, it's just beyond these walls. When we talk about Windsor itself, there are a lot of locals here that are excited that we are here. I just want to reiterate the population of Windsor here, just over 30,000. A lot of history here in Windsor. There are about 100,000 people here right now. I'm looking around, and I kind of have to do one of these to try to walk through the area with our team here. But you know what? I can tell you the mood here is pretty incredible. A lot of people are creating their own royal families of their own as they join from different nations, different media, people just wanting to get the best seat, the best site.
Well, it looks like you've got a pretty good spot, so bring us back some souvenirs. Enjoy the weekend, Mel. We'll look forward to more of your stuff in the coming days.
Kyle, you got it. Thanks so much.
All right.